Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about the evolution of the India's credit reporting infrastructure, bridging the credit gap. Before starting the video, I would like to tell you that Oliveboard is offering flat 60% off on all-in-one regulatory subscription. This is the birthday bash sale. So the code here is BDAY. You can use this code and you can get flat 60% off on all our regulatory body courses. You can download the Oliveboard application as well, and there will be getting all the PDFs and all the notifications related to the YouTube sessions. Let's start the discussion. So this was released on 2nd of July, bridging the credit gap, the evolution of India's credit reporting infrastructure. So this was delivered by basically Mr. M. Rajeshwar Rao, who is none other than the Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India, in a speech at the TransUnion CIBIL Credit Conference in Mumbai. Okay, so broadly we'll be having the key points from this particular speech. We'll be definitely discussing about the key pointers from this particular speech. So the credit reporting systems today operate as a key element. Credit reporting systems are nothing but a key element in the nation's financial architect. Okay, greater credit access, they are, because of credit reporting system, there is a greater credit access, financial inclusion, effective supervision and financial stability, right? So here credit reporting system is helping us in greater credit access, financial inclusion, effective supervision and financial stability, maintaining the financial stability as well. So this is also reflecting how the information gap between the credit institutions and the borrowers. There was a gap between the credit institutions and the borrowers that is being addressed by these credit reporting systems, right? Because credit institutions are quite skeptical while giving loans and advances to the borrowers. Now, because of the availability of the credit reporting information related to this borrower, credit institutions are also having that kind of comfort level ki, okay, we are giving credit based on a particular system, based on a particular information, right? If I talk about the key highlights from this news, so evolution of the credit information companies, and we have done a RBI circular as well related to the CICs. Every reporting entity is under an obligation to report the data related to the borrowers to the CICs, okay, credit information companies. So credit information companies are acting as a repositories of the credit data related to each and every borrower. Over the times, the 3 other CIs have started operations in India. So we have seen that the CIs have started operation in India. Can you tell me the names of the CICs as of now operating in India in the comment section? We have seen early challenges, that inconsistent data from the lenders. So lenders were not able to give consistent data, or they were having lack of consumer protection mechanism as well. Plus the data was not very well structured. All these things CICs, that is credit information companies, have already covered, right? Because they need data in a structured format on a timely basis, right? So post 2013 reform, standardized data formats were introduced across the borrower segment, plus creation of technical working group and introduction of the data quality index. So they started giving importance to the data as well, कि अगर कोई data आ रहा है, so how much quality is there, right? What is the quality of that data? It is also essential. So that tells us the data quality index, whether the information that we are getting is of high quality or not, right? And we have studied the recent data quality index, DQI index figures as well in our previous videos, right? Recent regulatory steps by RBI, full credit report are mandatory for the individuals. CICs are required to appoint an internal ombudsman here. CICs are also now falling under the integrated ombudsman scheme. So as of now, we can see the applicability of the integral ombudsman scheme also have CICs. Okay, they are also falling under the integrated ombudsman scheme as of now. Customers are getting compensation as well. Let's suppose you have asked for a particular credit information and you haven't timely got that credit information. There is a delay or there is some mismatch in that. So definitely you will be also getting compensation for that. We have also discussed this particular thing in the CIC circular. Mandated display of suit filed on willful defaulters on the CIC websites. So if you are a willful defaulter or suit is being there in the court of law, then definitely On the CIC website, there is a complete list of willful defaulters as well. Okay, so these are the recent regulatory steps that RBI has taken. Next was related to the digital public infrastructure. Now, what is digital public infrastructure? Heart of fintech revolution. At the heart of fintech revolution is the digital public infrastructure. How good infrastructure we are having in terms of, now DPI is including each and everything like UPI payments. Okay, they are the flagship in the payment systems. Then comes the Aadhaar enabled payment system, which is AEPS. Okay, so that is interoperable, which is having biometric based cash deposit and withdrawal facility. We have DigiLocker for the e-locker facility, Bharat bill payment system, which is also called as now Bharat Connect, right? So these all things sum up to become our digital public infrastructure, right? This is the digital infrastructure we are having for the public. So the inclusion of the goods and service tax network as well as a financial information provider. So as of now, we are getting data from the GSTN as well related to the sales of the entity. So after incorporating the GSTN as well as a financial information provider under the account aggregator framework, we are further expected to enhance the cash flow based lending to the SMEs, because now you know the sales cycle of the SMEs and how the business is being done, right? What is the purchase, what is the sale? So it's definitely going to enhance the cash flow based lending to MSMEs. Okay, so the key pointers from this particular news is mentioned here. Next is the unified lending interface. Okay, this is also a latest addition in the digital public infrastructure, right? Unified lending interface. This is designed to simplify and democratize the credit access, offering the lenders regulated, seamless and verified borrower data. So because of ULI, we are getting a verified borrower data as well. Okay, convergence of the Jan Dhan accounts, Aadhaar and mobile phones, popularly known as JAM Trinity. Okay, we have also covered this in our finance current affairs series. JAM Trinity, UPI, ULI, all these are definitely significantly advanced. They are contributing significant advancement in the India's digital lending infrastructure, right? So the major points we can see from here: aims to simplify and democratize the credit access by tapping into the alternative digital data. Then integration with the NABARD's eKYC portal also. ULI is having an integration with the NABARD's eKYC portal as well to reach the rural and cooperative bank customers. Then future scope, linking the ULI with the e-commerce and gig economy platform for better credit infusion. If you can link the ULI with the e-commerce platforms and gig economy platforms, definitely it will be better for the credit inclusion. Improved access to credit. If we see the household debt to GDP ratio, it stood at 43% in 2024, driven by increase in the borrowers, right? So because of the increase in the borrowers, it stood at 43% debt to GDP ratio of the household. Retail and personal loans credit grew by a CAGR of 17%. So we can see that more and more people are taking personal loans here. Then financial inclusion index improved from 49.9 earlier to 64.2. Okay, from 2019 it was just 49.9, and now as per 2024 data it was 64.2 again. So there is an increase, there is an improved access to credit in these areas. As we can see, as a whole the financial inclusion index is increasing, right? If we talk about the digital initiatives in the MSME, then MSME contributes 1/3 of the GDP and 46% of the exports. So that is a contribution of the MSME. It's a huge contribution. What is the challenge? The challenge is documentation, transparency and credit access to these MSMEs. Efficient credit reporting helps in reducing the dependency on the relationship based lending. There should not be a relationship based lending, rather than there should be a data driven decision based lending, right? So that's what the core purpose here is. So here the role of CICs has become important. When the commercial credit reporting is efficient, creditors need to rely less on the relationships and more on the data, right? Less on the relationships and more on the data. So there should not be any kind of relationship based lending, which we have seen in many times in the MSME especially. It should be completely data driven here, right? It should be fact based on the credit reports and other credit reporting products. Next is related to the fintech ecosystem and transformation. So rise of the fintech ecosystem. fintechs processed 47% of the small ticket loans. So if we talk about the small tickets loans, 47% of them are being processed by the fintech players here, right? That's huge. What do you mean by small ticket loans? So less than 1 lakh wale loans in the financial year 2024, 47% was processed by the fintechs. Partnership between the fintech and the traditional institutions are again improving the last mile access. We have seen the OCEN framework and ONDC may soon integrate to further democratize the digital credit for MSMEs as well. So again, these two platforms can soon integrate, and this can further enhance the digital credit for MSMEs as well. Right, that particular open credit enablement network and the ONDC thing we can see here. I have summarized each and everything for you guys in a crisp manner. Okay, so later on you can just have a quick reading, and before the examination or at the end of the near to the examination, you can just read the key pointers. That's all fine again. Okay, because it's not possible just before the examination to read so much of data. So in the last 5 to 10 days you can revise from the PDF summary data as well. That will again be helpful. Next is innovative credit disbursement model. Okay, so CBDC pilot, there is an improvement in the CBDC credit disbursement as well. CBDC pilot used for tenant farmers loans under the KCC to monitor the usage. Potential for CBDC in loans to vendors and micro enterprises are also essential. ये सारे लोन्स हम किस में दे सकते हैं? CBDC में भी दे सकते हैं. ये भी यहाँ पे डेप्यूटी गवर्नर ने हाईलाइट किया था, राइट? So if successful, model could be replicated for collateral free loans to micro enterprises, street vendors, right? तो ये इस जगह पे scalable चीज है काफी. CBDC is a very amazing thing, right? Next is leveraging the tokenization for credit delivery. Tokenization means generating and recording the digital representation or financial assets on a programmable platform. Okay, that could be an option that can further enhance the efficiency. So tokenization of assets improves the MSME's collateral credibility and reduces the counterparty risk as well here. So basically tokenization is nothing but generating or recording a digital representation of your financial asset or any kind of real asset, that too on a programmable platform. So converting that into a digital representation will surely help. Further, MSMEs could improve their collateral offering as well by tokenization of the real assets. So real assets can be tokenized and can be offered as collateral as well, or can be used for trade payables. This improves the standing in the credit market. So tokenization may also enable simultaneous asset transfer and payment in the financial transaction. They can minimize the counterparty risk as well. Next was the role of AI and ML. So they have discussed about the role of AI ML as well. Alternative data used to create credit scores for the unbanked. Alternative data can be used to create the credit scores for the unbanked here. Plus speed up the credit evaluation, reduces the cost and enhances the micro loan feasibility as well. It improves again KYC, risk protection, compliance. Now RBI has also started using it for the mule accounts, right? And there is a widespread impact and usage of AI and ML in banking. Then Grameen credit score. Another initiative that they discussed was Grameen credit score. Okay, so this score will be in addition to the existing credit score. This score will be in addition to the existing credit score and will specifically be designed for enhancing the financial inclusion of the Grameen area or the rural area, right? Primarily for the members of the SHGs, our self-help groups. The aim is to address the limitation of the existing generic credit score system. So existing credit score system is based on the requirements of broader audience, right? Not specific to the Grameen, right? Not specific to the rural area. However, this particular Grameen credit score will be particularly tailor-made for the credit, for checking the assessing the credit worthiness of the rural borrowers here, right? So this measure can also improve the access to formal credit for rural population, including the farmers as well, right? So rural area के अंदर भी एक majority of the population है. अभी का जो credit scoring method है वो उतना capable नहीं है कि ग्रामीण के लिए specifically tailor made तो नहीं है ना. देखो, that is for a broader market range, broad consumers. It's not specifically made for tailor made for ग्रामीण. So for rural, यहाँ पे rural के लिए अलग से ग्रामीण credit score की भी यहाँ पे बात की है. Plus RBI's proactive role. The SRO framework for the fintechs in 2024 again ensures the balanced innovation. They have released the SRO framework as well. RBI innovation की हब की बात करें तो fintech and startup acceleration fast. They are also doing these workshops of Harbing, right, promoting the global innovation for inclusive finance. We have learned about this particular thing as well, right? They are doing the cohorts frequently. Then again regulatory sandbox का on tap facility, theme neutral, कि कोई भी theme से आप आ सकते हो इसके अंदर, right? We have discussed about the regulatory sandbox as well. So these are the core highlights from the news. Then they have talked about the data risk and safeguard. So उसके अंदर data inaccuracy एक बहुत बड़ा रिस्क है. देखो क्रेडिट स्कोर आप इवेल्युएट कर रहे हो, जो उसमें डेटा जा रहा है जिस मॉडल में, वही अगर इनएक्यूरेट हो गया तो ऑब्वियसली बात है क्रेडिट स्कोर विल आल्सो बी इनएक्यूरेट ओनली. पुअर सिक्योरिटी एंड मॉडल रिस्क ऑफ एआई सिस्टम. अभी एआई सिस्टम दे आर एबल टू गिव द आउटपुट बट दे आर नॉट एबल टू एक्सप्लेन हाउ दे कैन गिव द आउटपुट, राइट? वो प्रोसेस क्या है जिससे आउटपुट आ रहा है. सो इट्स अ ब्लैक बॉक्स टेक्निक और आरबीआई इस पे बहुत फोकस कर रहा है कि यार ब्लैक बॉक्स टेक्निक नहीं होनी चाहिए. इट शुड बी ऑडिटेबल, इट शुड बी ऑडिटेबल टेक्निक. So यहाँ पे RBI calls for a strong governance of these AI/ML models. At least they are able to give the process they have used for creating that output, so that the output looks genuine, right? Then KY data inaccuracy के लिए यूनिक borrower IDs हो गया और रियल टाइम क्रेडिट डेटा अपडेट्स हो गए. ये यहाँ पे RBI डिमांड कर रहा है कि ये वाली आपको फॉलो करनी रहेगी. इससे क्या होगा, बेसिकली आपका क्रेडिट स्कोर जो है वो काफ़ी फिल्टर्ड आएगा, राइट? So way forward is nothing but real-time data updates. They are also focusing on real-time data updates. We have discussed this thing in finance current affairs as well. Enhanced data quality, data की quality को बढ़ाया जाए. Unique borrower identification for prevention of any kind of duplication. Sustained financial literacy को और बढ़ाया जाए. And CICs, they remain central to the long-term vision of the total financial inclusion. जब तक quality का data नहीं आएगा तब तक बैंक्स जज नहीं कर पाएंगे कि लोन देना है कि नहीं देना है. जब तक वो जज नहीं कर पाएंगे वो हेजिटेट करेंगे, राइट? सो अगर वो अच्छे से जज कर पाए फाइनेंशियल कैपेबिलिटी को बोरोवर की, राइट, उसको असेस कर पाएंगे उसकी कितनी फाइनेंशियल कैपेबिलिटी है, सो ऑब्वियसली दे विल बी एबल टू गिव मोर एंड मोर पीपल द लोन्स एंड दैट विल एनहांस द फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन, राइट? सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स वर पार्ट ऑफ दिस स्पीच. So we have completed this in a summarized manner. Okay, you also can definitely directly go with the key pointers instead of going through the entire speech. Okay guys, thank you so much. See you in some other video. Bye bye, take care.